wishing on your flower, blossom.
Hey Healing Fam. So yesterday you all saw me post about 3 things that I had to heal from in order to rewrite my family history. And today I just wanted to go a little bit more in depth about the first one, and that was growing up without a father. And so while all 3 of these things that I mentioned on yesterday are traumatic or can be traumatic for some people, I think that they all really can cause conditions of the heart. And so a lot of the times when I'm in therapy, what I'm talking to people about is how to heal, how to get over things, and how to move past those hurts. But I truly believe that the first thing that we have to do is forgive. And so that is something that I mentioned in my post on yesterday that I had to do with my biological father. And no, he wasn't involved in the conversation. He wasn't present when I made the decision to forgive him. And I really don't think people have to be present or aware that we forgive them in order for it to work. Okay, so hear me when I say that no conversation was had with him. And so when I say that the other person's involvement is not needed, I mean that you don't need permission from the person that hurt you in order to decide to heal. And so specifically when it came to me growing in my relationship with God, I realized that it was impacted by the way that I viewed my biological father, which he wasn't there. He wasn't around. He wasn't present, you know? And so I think for me, I just wanted to make sure that I healed in that area. So it did not, so I didn't begin to project that onto my idea of what God is and what he's capable of in my life. And so that was something I wanted to nip in the bud. And the third thing that I was able to do once I was healing in that area is that I was able to see and truly embrace the people who were present for me in my life. Okay, and so the third thing that I was able to do once I decided to heal in the area of the lack of a father being present wound that sort of was present in my heart was I was finally able to accept the people that were there who were willing to pour into me and who actually saw me for who I truly was, you know. So it made room for me to be able to identify who are the people that are actually checking for me, who are the people that are actually present for me, and is this a genuine connection, you know. And so I think for me in that abandonment or that phase that could have turned into abandonment for me, I learned to really be careful of who I was allowing into my circle, who I was allowing into my heart, and ultimately it helped me to build on how build those characteristics of trust in others. And so if you are someone who can relate to this video, you grew up without your father, whether he was present but absent at the same time, or maybe you never knew him at all. You know, one thing that I will encourage you to do is to make sure that you have a good understanding of what does it mean for someone to truly care for you, to love you, and what does that genuinely look like? And make sure that you yourself are not accepting less than because someone is just present for you, you know. And I'll also just encourage you, if you haven't already, forgive them for whatever it was, for not being present, for not being there. Forgive them, specifically speaking of fathers who were absent. Forgive them. And that forgiveness really is for yourself first, because I want you to be able to then move forward with identifying what is it that you want? What are the standards that you would have for a secure relationship? And at this point, as we get older and we mature, it doesn't even matter if it's a father-parent, mother-daughter relationship. We really want to know, what does it look like for you to be in a secure relationship? What does it look like for you to feel love? What does it look like for you to feel listened to? What does it look like for someone to be attentive towards your needs? And so that is something that we have to make sure that we are able to identify, to set those standards. And again, be ready to identify those people who will meet those standards. They're out there. Oftentimes we just settle for the ones who won't, because they're the quickest ones to show up first, right? They arrive first, you know, but the people who always arise first in our lives are not always the ones that we should keep around, you know. So let's not be loyal to a time. Let's be loyal to how people actually treat us and show